and it's really delicious. So you could have it with ice cream or custard, but I prefer it on its own, to be honest. So I'm just going to try a little bit. That is yummy. I have to say, that is really nice. It's very sweet, and you can really taste the apple in it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here, then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make my delicious apple Jonathan cake. As I just mentioned, today we are going to be making an apple Jonathan cake, and this is one of my husband's favourite cakes. His mum used to make this for him. This isn't her recipe, but it's a similar recipe to hers, and I thought I'd share with you today how we're going to make it. So here is our delicious apple Jonathan cake recipe. The first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees. So I've got my little assistant Ted here, and we are now going to cream the butter and the sugar together. So we're going to put the butter in, and then we're going to put the sugar in, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then Ted's going to get the whisk and he's going to blend these together, or cream them together, sorry. That's it, well done. So we have creamed the butter and the sugar together, as you can see there, and now we are going to put the eggs in as well, and we're going to blend the eggs into the butter and sugar. So Ted's just going to pour those in. Yeah, whisk them, sorry. Whisk, there you go. So we've whisked the eggs into the butter and the sugar, and now what we're going to do is we are going to put the flour into this bowl. So in the flour I have some baking powder. So I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. And I've got about 300 grams of flour. It's not self-raising flour, it's just plain flour, and I am using wholemeal flour for this recipe. But if you do have a gluten intolerance, then you can use ground up oats, they work just as well. I have made that before and it was delicious too. So now we are also going to add some spices to this. So in this bowl here I have 1 teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of, a quarter teaspoon of cloves, and a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. And now Ted, after he's finished sneezing, is just going to mix these ingredients together, and then we will add the creamed sugar and eggs and butter to this mixture as well. So
that'd be smelling nice.
Is that smelling nice?
That'd be bossy.
Yeah. So as you can see, Ted is just mixing those together. And I think they're well mixed in now, sweetheart. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the butter, the sugar and the eggs.
There's some juice in there. Oh, that's the egg.
Do you want to scrape it out?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Just scrape that bowl completely.
Can I stir it now?
Yep, and now Ted is just going to stir those ingredients together until it forms a wet dough mixture. As you can see, Ted and I have pre-lined a baking tray. You can use a cake tin if you want to, but I just find this the easiest tray to use in our house. So I'm using a baking tray for this. And basically what we did, we cut some greaseproof paper to size, and then we oiled the base of the baking tray. Then we put some greaseproof paper in, oiled it again, put another piece of greaseproof paper in. So I put one in lengthways and one in sideways, and then we oiled the top of that. And then what we did was we cored some apples. So we took the core with our apple corer out, and then I peeled them, and then I sliced them very thinly, and then we laid them in the bottom of this baking tray, and I've just added a little bit of sugar over the top. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add the cake mixture that we made earlier. So the cake mixture mixed quite well together, but I did have to use a bit of milk with it. So I used a bit of oat milk. So it was a bit too thick, to be honest. So I had to use a little bit of oat milk in the mixture. And now what we're going to do is just spread the cake mixture across the base of the cake tin, and then we'll put this in the oven. So as you can see, we have spread the cake mixture across the base of the tin, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until the top goes a lovely golden brown colour. The cake has cooked, and as you can see, the top has gone a lovely golden brown colour, and if I put a skewer in, it comes out clean. So I know that the cake is definitely cooked, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the side and leave it to cool. As you already know, I took the cake out of the oven and I left it to cool, and I turned it upside down when I took it out of the baking tray as well, and that was to make sure that the apples cooled. Everything is cooled now. I had it on a cooling rack, and now I've put it onto a chopping board, and I just thought I'd try a piece. I think I'll try the dropped piece. Like so. My sideboard is clean, by the way, so I don't mind too much, and I think I'm just going to try a little bit of the cake. Now you can have this cake with custard, or you could have it with cream. It's really nice on its own as well though. The apples make the, if I remember rightly, the apples make the sponge quite moist as well, so it's a really moist cake and it's really delicious. So you could have it with ice cream or custard, but I prefer it on its own, to be honest, so I'm just going to try a little bit. That is yummy. I have to say, that is really nice. It's very sweet, and you can really taste the apple in it, but the cake just gives it something extra. You can vaguely taste these spices in it as well, so the brown cinnamon, nutmeg and cloves as well, you can taste those. So yes, I'm off to enjoy a slice of this now. That's how you make my delicious apple Jonathan cake, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be enjoying this afternoon with a nice cup of tea. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.